So, just to repeat in front of the camera, you're okay with being on YouTube, right?
Yes, I'm okay.
Okay, and then I'll give you my card so you can later check out the story.
Oh, nice.
But people listen to this story.
Yeah.
Jeez, the guy. I mean, it's a miracle that you're sitting in this car. If you're going 70, 80 miles an hour on a snowmobile,
Yep.
Superman style, without a helmet, and then the first thing that hit the ground was your head.
Yes.
How is it even possible that you're still alive?
I smacked my head and it was like black, like because my head was buried in the ground.
Oh my
and
God.
it was spring snow about a month ago, so it was pretty hard. And then from there I flipped over like a tomahawk style. About 8 feet later, there's footprints in the snow.
Oh,
and then
really?
8 feet after that, there's a head print.
No.
8 feet after that, more footprints. Another 8 feet, there's like my head and body where I finally landed. So I flipped head over heels for like 40 feet before I stopped. Yeah. And no helmet.
And you normally always wear a helmet.
Yes. Always.
Why didn't you wear a helmet that day?
I had it on that day. It was just during lunch and we were all hanging out eating lunch, and then she's like, well, let's go ride real quick. I'm like, okay, we'll just whip around real fast right here by everybody, like no big deal.
Yeah.
No, I don't even know if the helmet would have saved me though, because it wasn't I did not get a concussion, so it's not like I didn't have a concussion, which helmets help with brain injuries. But as far as maybe making my neck break or not break, a helmet would not have stopped that.
That's true, right?
Yeah. So.
And so so the helmet would not have made a difference in this case anyway.
I don't believe so, but I'm not saying don't wear a helmet. I think you should.
Yeah, it would not have mattered anyway. But in case you would have hit a rock in the snow, it would have made a huge difference probably.
Yeah. Oh, of course.
Right. And so it's a little bit like, I always wear a seatbelt, but sometimes when I go to the Publix 2 blocks away, I don't wear a seatbelt, right?
Right.
That is when I need to wear my seatbelt.
Correct.
Right?
Yeah.
Because you get sort of like, oh, let's just quickly go there, and then you let go your guard, and that's exactly when it can happen.
Yeah.
But again, Daniel, it's like, what a story. I mean, the thing is that you should have broken your neck like 3, 4, 5 times. If you go tomahawk style through falling down the snow, you could have broken your neck several times.
Yep.
And you're sitting here with a thing that you're saying it doesn't hurt that much?
No pain. I broke it C6, C7, and compression fracture on the T1.
Oh, you did?
Yeah, 3 spots. Yeah, I broke it in 3 spots. But I walked away. I rode back. I had my 3 sons.
No.
So my sled with my 1 son. And then my fiance's sled, she had one of our sons on there. And then my buddy who was with us, he had another son. So I got up and I got back to the trail and...
But didn't you feel like that? No.
We rode, I drove another 10 miles back to the car. It was good to go. Everything was fine. My knee hurt. Like I maybe tore like a ligament in my knee possibly. Okay. My shoulder was really tight and sore. I got pinched, a muscle.
Yeah.
And my wrist is tingly. My fingers are kind of tingly, but there's feeling in them.
Yeah.
But yeah, I totally walked away. Rode away even.
But then later that day you decided to go see a hospital.
Yeah, so Sunday was good and Monday I was fine also. I knew I was sore, but no big deal. But no, my fiance mother was like, you have to go to the doctor.
Right.
I'm like, no, everything's fine. It's sore, but everything's fine. They're like, no, just go for us, please. So I go.
Because they saw also the accident probably.
Yeah, I go and they're like, no, everything's okay. They're like, do you want the good news or the bad news? I'm like, I don't know. Like, what do you got? Like, well, we x-rayed your knee, your shoulder, and your wrist. You said we're hurting you. And good news, there's no breaks. Your knee's fine, your shoulder's fine, your wrist's fine. They're like, but bad news, the CAT scan actually pulled up you broke your neck. And I was like, what? What? Like, that was one thing I did not expect.
No, right?
So.
Well, what surprises me is that you can actually break your neck without noticing, or without having any trouble at that moment.
Yep.
Now I can imagine that would happen right after the accident because you're so full of adrenaline that would feel different. But the next day, your neck should hurt. Broken bones hurt. I once broke a bone, and it hurt like hell. And Wow, and you were several days with a broken neck, and it didn't hurt. Wow.
Yeah, they really.
Hey, and so, but it's probably you're in very good shape or so. You do a lot of sports.
Yeah, I try to. After this accident, I'm gonna get in better shape.
Yeah, right. Hey, and so
Better shape.
so now you have that thing, and how long do you have to wear that?
I have to wear it for about 6 weeks. So June 7th, I have my doctor appointment. So about
To
2
take it
more
off.
weeks.
Okay.
So
And they make new photos, and
should
then
be good, hopefully.
should be all healed.
Yeah.
Yeah, bones heal.
Yeah.
They go back together, and they only get stronger.
Yep. It really wasn't a bad break, even though it was my vertebrae. It wasn't a bad break. So yeah.
Wow.
I rode that exact same spot 2 days before. I rode on a Friday. I broke my neck on a Sunday riding. On Friday, Tuesday, 2 days before, I went to the exact same spot. It was about 15 degrees outside, and it was very cold, and all the snow was icy and hard. Because it's springtime. It's 25th of June, roughly, April, roughly.
So where is this?
In Vail Pass in Colorado, Vail.
Well, okay.
And that Friday was very icy, very hard snow, spring snow. And we went there on Sunday with the boys. We're like, we got to go back to this area. It's a really cool meadow. They're gonna have a blast on it. We can take them sledding. We brought sleds up there, little saucers up there for them to sled. It got about 8 inches of snow over those 2 days, and it was also 35 degrees out, so the snow wasn't hard. It was like slushy.
Oh, nice.
It was hard, but it wasn't. It wasn't. It was harder than powder, like middle of winter's powder. So it was hard, but it wasn't icy hard. I guarantee those 2 days is what saved my life.
Probably, right?
Because Friday, if I would have hit that
The
at
same
70 miles
thing,
an hour,
or if
that
it
would have been
would-
concrete.
Right?
Sunday, I hit it at 70 miles an hour, 80, and it was a firm slush, you know. So it wasn't powder, but it was definitely softer than concrete.
You
Or
didn't
ice.
pass out. You just
Not
stood.
once.
You walked up. You walked away and drove away.
Yep.
It's just so amazing. It's a miracle. I mean, it really is. And you have some angels on your shoulders. And I'm sure that everybody says the same thing.
Yes.
Do you believe in angels?
Yes, absolutely.
Now you do.
Absolutely. I told my mother, I said, if I ever thought before maybe I didn't have a guardian angel,
No, you do.
I definitely know for a fact now I have guardian angels.
Yeah.
I just don't know how long they're going to stay around if I keep pushing the envelope.
No, I agree. The guardian angels may get tired of you.
Right.
Oh, here he goes again. He needs to save again.
Yep. So,
But there must be I don't know, a family member that is real close to you that's right there.
yeah. Yeah.
No, I mean, chances that you would have died would have been 9 out of 10. But
Yes.
you grabbed that 1 out of 10 chance that you didn't.
Yeah.
The tomahawk was perfectly executed, and it didn't break enough.
Right. Absolutely. I was lucky.
Well, yep. But I think it also matters that you're in good shape. If that would happen to, you know, most of us, we would probably not survive. But
Well, that's why
just you're in good shape, and
I told my
that
fiance, I
helps.
said, I'm glad it's me and it wasn't you.
right.
Because you, being a petite lady, it probably would have killed you.
Yeah,
Just
no,
period.
most people.
It would have killed you.
Yeah.
And so I'm glad it was me, and I can walk away, and I'm sore. Obviously, I broke stuff, but it doesn't feel like I broke stuff. So overall, I'm sore, but I survived, and no one else had to feel the pain.
Hey, and so you
Worked
say
out fine.
a fiance, and so when is the big day?
Oh, there's not a big day yet.
There's no no date planned yet.
There's not.
Oh, okay.
No.
When did you propose? I suppose you proposed. Not her?
Yes.
Yes. Okay.
July 1st of 2022.
2022. Okay.
A little while ago.
Yeah.
No, 21. I'm sorry.
21.
I apologize. Yeah, 21.
Okay.
So it's been
So-
a while. We're taking this slow.
I would say. I would say.
Yeah, July 1st.
What's the wait up? Because you proposed, you said yes. So then the next step is quite obvious. Why? Most people do need some time to plan ahead and save and
Yeah.
get settled maybe with certain things. But why isn't it happening for you guys?
Oh.
You don't have to answer the question. This is YouTube, remember.
I was gonna say,
But-
you want to pause it? We can. No.
Okay.
No, I don't know. You'd have to ask her someday.
Maybe?
If
Okay.
she gets in the
Hereby.
car. Yeah,
All right.
but
It'll happen, for sure.
Correct.
The intentions are good. The intentions are beautiful.
Yep.
But did I also hear you talk about the boys? So you guys do have children?
I have 2 sons, and then she has a son, and I have an older daughter.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
4.
Yeah, so we have 4 together.
Wow. But they're all together with you?
My daughter lives with her mother,
Okay.
and then her son lives with us half the time. And then my
okay.
and then my younger sons, my 2 sons live with me full time.
Oh, yeah. So and the boys get along fine?
Yeah, but yeah, my 2 boys
Yeah.
are 7 and 8.
Oh, yeah, they're still
and
flexible.
Then, her son's 10, so
Oh, that's a nice age.
yeah, they play really well. They get along really
That
well.
fits well, yeah.
Awesome athletes and.
Did you used to do a lot of sports? Sorry, I'm just rambling, but
Yeah,
you did?
yeah. Overall, I was homeschooled my entire life, but I played sports up until 8th, 9th grade when I couldn't play them like through rec leagues.
Okay.
Yeah.
So why homeschool?
I don't know exactly why, but
I mean, your parents chose that, right?
yeah, parents
For
chose
you.
it, and
So in
we're
their
conservative Christians, and
Okay.
just didn't appreciate the way the schooling was. So
Okay.
yeah, I chose to go homeschool.
Or there was no suitable school nearby, and so
Right.
your parents chose to, and because it's not very common. I can imagine when you travel a lot, or when your dad has a certain job where you always have to travel, that it's maybe better to do schooling online.
Right.
But from an religious perspective, to say like, no, I don't want my child to go to school, because there's just not a good Christian school nearby, I suppose.
Right.
Yeah, that's definitely possible. Interesting.
And I don't
how
know-
did you like that, actually?
I don't know if it was like, I don't think it was like, oh, there's not a good Christian school or not. I just think that they just felt it would be better for personal growth to homeschooling.
Okay. But you missed out on sports, I suppose.
Yeah,
Well,
to
you
an
did-
extent, but I mean,
Did club sports.
yeah. I don't know. I mean, maybe I could have made a living. Like, you never know if you could have or not. But
Doing what?
like, made a living in sports or something. But I mean,
Uh-huh.
I didn't miss out per se because I
No.
still played them until
Yeah, yeah.
8th, 9th grade. But you know, who knows?
Interesting though. It's but how did you like the homeschooling?
It was good overall. I mean,
This was also in Colorado?
no, Michigan. I grew up in Michigan.
Oh, okay.
Yep, southeast Michigan.
What is Michigan like?
Cold.
Oh,
Cold
really?
in the winter.
Colder
Oh, yes.
than Colorado?
Oh yes.
Oh, really?
So Denver, an average is 40 or 50 degrees in the wintertime.
Right.
And then the summer, it's always warm, but it's not too hot.
Right.
And
it's
it is
nice,
never
actually,
humid. Never humid.
Right.
So you have great summers with no humidity.
Uh-huh.
And then winters really are not cold unless you go in the mountains, or if it snows, it usually melts in 2 or 3 days max. So no, it's Colorado is really nice.
Huh.
But
Yeah, that's the idea that
Michigan's
I
cool.
get. My daughter lives in Fort Collins, and that's
Oh,
the
yes.
idea that I get
yeah, she's
from
about
her too. Yeah.
45 minutes north of me.
Yeah. And so, Michigan is much cooler, much colder than that.
Yeah.
Uh,
Very cold. Once it snows, it is going to be cold the rest of the winter until spring, and the snow does not melt.
wow. So do you get snowed in? Is that possible?
No, I have not been snowed in my life.
No, that would maybe be if you're like in a cabin or something.
Yeah,
But
possibly.
if you're in the
Sure.
city, then
Yeah, like
so,
up north, possibly.
So now you live in Colorado,
Yep.
and you were visiting your mother or parents or something.
In Colorado, no.
No,
I've been-
here.
Oh, here, no. My aunt and I have business down here.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Can I ask, what do you do?
I am a roofing contractor and a remodeling. I own a remodeling construction company.
You own a remodeling construction company.
Yeah.
Wow.
So
You started that.
Yeah.
Oh, you saw. You looked at the market. Oh, you were first in the business, I suppose, and then.
A little bit. I mean, when I first, so I did remodeling when I was 17 and 18, and then when I came out to Colorado, I grew up around the jewelry business. My mother owns a jewelry store.
Okay.
And so I went to school for that, at college for that, trade school. And I came back and I worked for her for a year, and then after that I moved over to, I got married and moved to Colorado, and worked in a jewelry store, a commercial jewelry store in Colorado for 2 years, and then after that,
what do you do in a jewelry store? Sorry to interrupt, but you buy and sell jewelry?
Yeah, so my role, so like at my mother's jewelry store, she's a designer, so she makes jewelry.
Wow. Okay.
So she makes
That's cool.
Makes waxes, casts them into metal, polishes them up, puts diamonds or stones in them, and we sell them.
Wow.
A jewelry store like I worked at in Colorado is more or less pieces that are picked out of magazines by different designers, and then you sell them to, people that are looking for jewelry.
Sure.
So it's just a selling.
Okay.
But
and so to continue your story from after the jewelry store.
Yeah. So then after the jewelry store in Colorado, they said they were going to go bankrupt. So they said December 27th they were going to shut the store down, but if you work through the 26th, they'd pay you a bonus and da-da-da. So I said, okay, well, I'm going to work another job. And so I started working at a tanning salon for those 6 months. And at the end of that, I was going to try to be a district manager, where I actually manage the salons and all the employees and not just an individual employee. And so I got the job as a district manager 2 days before the jewelry store shut down. And so I was a district manager for 4 years at a tanning salon, where I managed 8 different salons. And then after that, I decided to go and open a gym, and I bought my own gym. And so I became an entrepreneur at 27 and opened my own gym and ran.
Imagine how many jobs you already had until 27. That's amazing.
Correct.
You're such an entrepreneur.
Yeah. So I ran my gym for 5 years, and then went through some personal stuff, and sold it in 2019 after 5 years, and ran and opened my roofing company in actually 2018. So I ran the gym and my roofing company and took care of my boys for about a year and a half, and I sold the gym and did just roofing.
But so how come you started the roofing company? I don't hear any. Oh yeah, so you did 17, 18, you did some roofing work when you were young. Yeah, when I was. So you knew a little bit the business.
I just enjoyed
how can you
remodeling.
decide? Oh, I'm just going to start a roofing business.
I had a gentleman that came into my gym, and in 2017 he was like, some major life changes happened in 2017, and we became good friends before that, and he said, all right, look, you need to let me mentor you, need to let me help you. I'm going to show you how to make real money, good money, 6 figures plus.
Wow.
And we're going to do whatever we can to make you successful and take care of your boys, because you need to really take care of your boys now. So it's just you. I said, okay, all right, let's do it. And so I opened the roofing company in end of 17.
But so this friend, he is like a life coach?
Yeah, he was a mentor, a life coach. Yeah.
And with such a person, you sit down and you brainstorm about possibilities and how to go about these, or?
Yeah, overall. He was already in the roofing industry, so he more or less said, I'll give you all the tools you need. You just need to show that you're willing to do it as well. Okay. And so I put all the effort in that I needed to put in, and I did it, and I showed it to him, and if I ever had questions, he'd answer them and help me with them. And if I ran it without his questions, it was good. And if I needed any help, he was always there to fall back on.
I got you. Now, all right. Now I understand that he was a real mentor, not just as a life coach, but as in the roofing industry as well. Right. He got you started, and wow, that's a golden friend. Yeah, that's for sure.
Yep. And I said, do you want 10% of my company? Like, what do you want? He goes, no. Because I just want you to succeed.
Wow.
So whatever it takes, I just want you to succeed.
Wow.
Yeah, no, it was good.
I'm going like, wow, I wish I had a friend like that. I'm good at stuff, but often it is like you don't know how to get started with things, and you know how to. You may have a wild idea, or you may have, but the difference is between dreaming and doing. You know,
Correct.
But then a guy like that knows the business also, and that guides you on the path. That's I would say that's a guardian angel again.
Correct.
That helped you with that.
Yeah.
But it's your entrepreneurship that brings people like that into your business, right? Because in a way you did it yourself. You started that gym. That gym led to a friendship, and the friendship leads to the next company.
Yeah.
But it's still your own entrepreneurship, your nose for business.
Right.
That you connect to the right people, the people that help you further in life, not the people that bring you down, right?
Right. Yep.
And so it's still thanks to yourself that you did all of that.
Yeah, and even
but it's
before
nice to have somebody like that to talk to and to brainstorm with and things like that.
There's so many, the guy that I worked for in the tanning salon when I was a district manager, ran a lot of his salons for him. He had my direct manager above me said, it's never a business thing that fails, it's always a people thing. And people are so important. You cannot succeed without the right people. So nobody really has a new idea anymore. The difference is whether you have the right people.
Yeah, that's true, right?
Yep.
You don't. There's not a lot of new ideas anymore.
Really.
Society is what it is, and we have the things that we need, and there's a gasoline station because we need gas in the car and things like that. But but if you want to start a gasoline station, you need good people to run that.
Right.
And especially yourself, if you want to start a gasoline station, I'm just talking about that because I see it over there. But takes a lot of guts, though.
Yeah.
Because businesses definitely can fail. Why did the diamond store fail? The jewelry store?
The jewelry store. It wasn't mine or my mother's. It was a large corporate store owned by Zales Corporation, and so it went bankrupt. But
Okay.
But so it wasn't. I don't know why it failed. I have no idea. I was a very very small person in the whole thing.
Yeah. Okay. So are your parents still alive?
I did the jewelry. I mean, I grew up around it because I was homeschooled. So after I'd be done with school around 12 p.m. in the afternoon, I'd go into my mother's jewelry store like the rest of the day and work with her. So
no, what I meant actually was, does the jewelry store still exist? Are your parents still running it?
Yes.
Oh, they are.
Yep.
Yeah. Okay.
Yep. My mother still runs it.
Nice.
Yep.
Wow.
Nope.
That's so cool.
It has not failed. It won't fail. Yeah. No.
But do you go to jewelry school no, does that exist actually?
You really don't need to go to a jewelry school, but yes, I did go to a jewelry school, and I actually went for a jewelry business management, which is
really? So that does
not
exist.
heard of very often, but yes. More, if anything, in the jewelry industry, people would think you would go for a gemology degree. A gemological degree, so you get to learn about stones and diamonds and colored stones, all that.
Sure.
But I didn't go for gemology. I went for jewelry business management. So I learned the economics and the GDP of the industry and stuff like that. So I actually had a different degree. It was different, but no, it was good. It was more broad skill.
Sure.
But I didn't use it in what I do now. Obviously, I build things instead of making jewelry. But it's still good.
What is your next thing gonna be?
Oh.
I mean, right?
It'll most likely be some type of property management.
Oh yeah, okay.
Most likely.
But I mean, the roofing business, is that still growing, or how's it going?
I actually have not done much roofing since 2021. I did come down here though because my aunt lives in Cape Coral, and after Ian, I came down and helped her out in the with her roof and her insurance claims, and I helped out some other people with that as well and got a license down here.
Okay.
But overall in Colorado, I've been doing remodeling, interior remodeling, kitchens, bathrooms, full basement build outs, additions, stuff like that. I've been doing that for the last 2.5 years.
Oh yeah.
But it actually did just hail in Colorado about 2 weeks ago, which the reason I got into roofing from the beginning in Colorado is because of hailstorms. But it hadn't hailed in 2 years, so any roofer that was making all of their money on just roofing lost it. They didn't thrive at all.
Yeah. Okay.
So I have not been doing that for a while.
Very interesting. Oh, you're entrepreneur pure sang, as they say. So now you're on your way back to Colorado, or where?
Yep, on my way back to Colorado. I got a full schedule already.
So how big is your company? How many people do you employ?
You know, not too many. I have myself and another guy that works for me directly, and then I have subcontractors that do all the trades, electrical, plumbing, HVAC, some framers if I don't want to do the framing myself. It's not too big.
So you design also the interiors?
I work with another gentleman that does all my designing as far as architectural plans and stuff, and he's been an architect for probably 35, 40 years.
Okay.
So yeah, it's worked out really good.
Nice.
Yep. No, I try to work hard, but play hard too, hence the neck brace.
And work hard and play harder in your case. Wow.
Yeah.
I would give your neck some rest a couple of weeks more, and before you hit the road again. Gee.
Yeah, I have a ATV trip planned for June 10th, and I get my doctor's appointment to say if I can take my brace off June 7th. So as long as everything
3 days,
good.
and then he's back on the ATV. Wow.
As long as everything goes good, I'm getting that neck brace off on the 7th, and I'm riding some ATVs on the 10th.
Wow, man.
But it'll be fun.
And so, how is that an ATV? Is that like also in the mountains, or how's that?
Yeah, we're gonna ride ATVs down in Pagosa Springs. It's maybe southwest Colorado. Yeah, right in the Rocky Mountains. Yeah.
In the Rocky Mountains.
Yeah.
Sounds like a lot of fun.
There's natural waterfalls, natural hot springs. I mean,
you bring your tents and you camp out as well, or not?
I'm not going to this time, June 10th, but yes, we're going to take tents up there the next time. After June 10th is a little bit more of a leisure ride. My fiance is going to come. She doesn't want to do the tenting and all that, but the very next time I'm taking the boys, the 7, 8, and 10-year-old boys, and we're going to go 10.
So an ATV, that is like a 2-seater?
4-wheelers, just 4-wheelers.
It's a 4-wheeler, but how many people sit?
2-seater.
It's a 2-seater.
Yep.
Right.
So.
Yeah, because I've also seen these machines. Oh no, those are 2-seaters too. So in your ATV, you sit next to each other, or
in the ATV that we're riding, just a straight up 4-wheeler. So there's like a seat in front and a seat behind, like one long seat that fits 2 people on one long seat.
Yeah, it's like a motorbike.
But razors or like side by sides are 2-seaters or 4-seaters.
Yeah,
but they're like a small car overall.
Yeah, exactly.
No, that's not where we're
But they
riding.
have suspension like crazy. Those things.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
What those things can do, where they can go, is amazing.
Well, they're insane.
They're like mountain goats almost.
They like float over huge bumps and rocks. Like you can't even.
You don't feel them.
They're insane.
I've seen that. Yeah, I've never been in one, but
they're dangerous.
They're dangerous, yeah.
They're
well in your hands probably. Because you're an adventurer. Thinks he's Superman.
I do like to push the limits a little too much. Yeah, no, it's fun.
But yeah, I would love to try those things one day. ATVs, I've been on ATVs, done that. Actually, one ADV almost got my son killed.
Oof.
Yeah, he was showing a girl how to drive. So she was sitting in front, and he was like having his arms around her and showing her. And then they went into the direction of a ridge, and she froze up. She saw the ridge coming, and she froze. But also her thumb on the accelerator froze.
Yes.
And so he couldn't get her
Yes.
off of that, and so they went off the ridge.
Oh no.
And then luckily he grabbed her and they jumped off backwards, and the little machine, the ADV, just went down the mountain, just completely obliterated.
Wow.
And they landed on a ridge 2 yards down. Well, it was full of rocks, and so he hurt all of his ligaments in his knee. Both knees or one knee? No, one knee. But it saved their lives. He saved both their lives by jumping off the machine.
They're so lucky.
Oh, they are so lucky.
Wow.
And sometimes he complains about his knee, but I remind him that he's lucky to be alive.
Right. I know my knee might hurt me for the rest of my life, but I'm alive.
Exactly.
It's okay.
It's like that.
It just is what it is. Yeah. Wow. That's frightening. Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yep. And I remember I was close by. I was sitting in an office. I ran to him, and blood everywhere. And he was helping the little girl. The girl was way worse than him. Straight to a hospital, both of them. That took several months for recuperation and stuff. And we thought actually that she was dying, but she made it.
Wow.
And that was a miracle too.
That's awesome.
Yeah. As long as things go well and you can still talk about it with a smile or with a joke, it's okay, right?
Right.
It's a good story.
Yep.
But you can't have, I mean, how many lives do humans have, right? Cats have 9 lives.
I mean, my mother says you're about up to your 9th life right now, so you can't have more than 9. She's like, you better stop.
I bet you have other stories though. I bet you have other stories where, like, how did you survive that?
Oh yeah.
All right, tell me one.
No. There's definitely other stories. I survived, so worked out. Life's not always easy, but it's fulfilling when you get to the end of it. When you're done and through those events.
Yeah, that's for sure. Yeah, that's for sure. Well, your flight is late though. It's 2 hours difference, right?
Yeah.
So it's actually not that bad, but it's a 4-hour flight. What time is your flight?
It's like at 3.5 hours or something, but I get it leaves at 9:20. I get home at 11:20. It's not too bad.
Yeah.
Or
no,
9:40 or something. I get home at 11:20.
Yeah, okay.
That's not bad. Just gonna get some food and hang out.
Of course.
Went to the beach today. I thought I put enough sunscreen on, and I am fried. Oh my gosh.
You fried?
Oh. Tops of my feet up to the tops of my knees, right below my shorts, my stomach. Oh my gosh. I didn't put enough sunscreen on.
You didn't?
No.
This is Florida. Are you crazy?
I understand, but Colorado is a mile higher and closer to the sun. You think
That's true, right?
Easier in Colorado. Yeah, no. I burn pretty damn good here.
This is the summer of Florida.
Yes.
You get roasted in what? I get roasted in 15 minutes.
Yeah.
I start feeling it. Half an hour, I'm burned.
Oh yeah, we were there for 4 hours. Come on, half hour. That's the easy.
Yeah, you have more color
we were
than I
there
do,
for
but
4 hours.
Jeez.
Wasn't the smartest thing, but that's all right. That's all right.
What is that green plant again? That pointy plant. Aloe.
Yeah, aloe vera.
So break some aloe, put that on your burn spots. That does a lot.
I've come down here as a kid for years and years as a kid, and we always had aloe vera plants, and we'd grab them at the end of the day and just rubbing them all over. It was amazing.
Yeah.
You didn't buy the lotions from the store; you just go and grab it off the plant. It felt so good. But I did not do that today.
Well, maybe you have some aloe at home before you go to bed.
Hopefully.
You can sleep with it as well.
Right.
Just let it sit. Yeah, it dries up on your skin, and then it, you know. Yeah. So which airline do you fly?
Frontier.
Frontier. Okay. Well, thank you, Daniel, for sharing your stories
Yeah.
on YouTube. I only have 600 subscribers, so you're not going to be famous just yet. But you never know. Maybe this goes viral.
My buddy was like, if I would have just had my phone out for that wreck, you know, that thing would have made us $1 million.
Yeah,
I'm like, oh, you're telling me?
Can you do it again?
No, I'm not doing that one again.
Right.
It was like 70 or 80 miles an hour, and I flew a good 40 feet. I'm like, no, I'm not doing that again.
No. You're lucky to be alive, Daniel. And,
too lucky. Too lucky.
well, it's a good story, though.
Well, thank you.
It's nice for YouTube, for sure. Yeah.
Good luck to you and everything you do. And
Yeah, thanks a lot. Appreciate it.
yeah.
No suitcase? Only the backpack?
Just a bag, yeah.
All right.
It's too hard with the suitcases.
Yeah, I can imagine.
All right. We'll see you.
All right, take care. I got it. Yep. Oh, wait. Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, you're good.